So you guys, it seems like Chloe and Halle Bailey just can't seem to catch a break. And I personally think the girls are better together than they are apart. I know being in a group isn't easy by any stretch of the imagination, but Chloe and Halle should come back together to salvage what's left of their music career, in my humble opinion. They balance and complement each other well, and their music sounded way better together and sold more when they were in a group. They also had a unique sound as a group, and that's what set them apart from the rest. And to be honest, they are boring as solo acts, and Chloe is over-sexualized and extra, while Halle is singing about angels. They were each other's yin and yang, okay, if I'm being honest. And a lot of their fans were not ready for the group separating and them turning into grown women right before our very eyes. And fans also don't like some of the decisions that they've made so far during their solo era, which is causing a snowball effect and impacting their music sales. They don't like the fact that Halle chose DDG and became a baby mama instead of being and embodying the whole Disney princess theme. And they don't like how pretentious Halle is and how she acts oblivious to his character flaws. And in Holly's defense, I will say all of us have character flaws, but Daryl seems like a real douchebag to many people. But of course, Halle is complacent and she doesn't say anything that will ruffle his feathers or get him annoyed, because as you can tell, he has a little bit of anger issues, okay? And this is one of the reasons why she keeps getting backlash for the most trivial things. And DDG recently announced that Halle and him are no longer together. But are we really surprised by this news? And who didn't see this news coming, if we're being totally honest? You know, we don't like to see families separating, but everybody saw this coming a mile away. And also, Halle's music is of course nice. You know, I like her voice. Her voice is beautiful, but she's boring and she's lackluster. In my opinion, once again, I'm sure you guys probably think something different. And her new song, Because I Love You, was okay, but once again, it was nothing spectacular. Chloe, on the other hand, she is very extra as F, okay? But she has a very soulful voice, and her voice is very distinct. Her voice is very powerful, okay? What I believe people want from Chloe is for her to give them real R&B music. You know, that old school type of R&B that moves your soul and your spirit, and you connect with it as soon as you hear the person's voice. But Chloe is limiting herself to singing popish, somewhat R&B music. She kind of like blends, but it's not resonating. But the girl is just so gifted vocally, nobody can stop her, and I wish she would just tap into that a little bit more. And I feel like once she does, she's gonna make a breakthrough in the industry. And unfortunately for Chloe, she has definitely reduced herself to using sex to sell music. I heard that recently she had a nip slip. You know, some people call that a humiliation ritual. Yeah, it's giving desperate, and I need something to boost me, Chloe. And I don't want that for you. I don't want you to end up like I know somebody's gonna say I'm being messy, but I feel like they all go towards the same strategy once the music isn't selling, and then all of a sudden they just have a surge of like their music going up and up. Point in case, Glorilla, you know, of course people like her music now, but as you guys noticed, she also had a nip slip and now her music is going up and up. Like, it's not a coincidence, guys. It's not a coincidence, but hopefully it does work for Chloe, because she needs something at this point, because the music is not selling and the sex that she is trying to sell is still not working. And she definitely gets a lot of backlash for her image, and the clear distinction between her personality and the type of songs that she tries to push to her audience is quite different. It's quite glaring. She seems like a very sweet, loving person, and then she goes off and makes songs about being this like freaky type of I don't know, you know, it is what it is. I'll let you guys argue about that one. And aside from Chloe and Holly's voices being powerhouses, their solo acts are nothing to really write home about. Nothing really sets them apart from the crowd. Their songs rarely ever chart after them separating from each other. And if I'm being honest, their second album, Ungodly Hour, is when Chloe and Holly really started to gain momentum, and it debuted at number 6 on Billboard and sold 24K its first week. The album was relatively good with some hit songs like Do It, and since then it's just been going downhill, okay? Like, they gained all of that momentum just for them to break up, and now we have Chloe. She released the album In Pieces, which debuted at 119 on Billboard and only sold 10,000 copies, which is basically a flop. And now this year she released another album titled Trouble in Paradise, and this one failed to chart at all. Like, what is going on? So to all of the Chloe Bailey fans and defenders, did you guys actually stream or buy this album? Like, let me know in the comment section. I need to understand how people can defend somebody with all of their heart and soul in the comment section. How you guys go to the extreme to defend somebody, but you guys will not go to the extreme and you refuse to support this woman when it really counts. This truly needs to be studied, because it has to be a mental illness. It has to be something that really needs to be studied, because it makes no sense. How can you defend this woman in my comment section each and every time I make a video about her, but when she drops a project, you guys are nowhere to be found? How did Trouble in Paradise fail to chart? To me, it's just so many fake fans everywhere. There's so many fake fan bases, and I believe that Chloe and Holly fans are fake, because buy their stuff if you truly love them as an artist. And I'll be honest with you guys, the album In Pieces was way better than Trouble in Paradise, in my honest opinion, because I feel like I connected more with In Pieces than I actually did Trouble in Paradise. I feel like Trouble in Paradise had more throwaway songs than In Pieces did, and the only song on repeat for me on this new album when I first heard it is Never Let Go featuring YG Marley. Other than that, the album was not that great in my opinion. The album doesn't stand out, and it came and it went just like the last album did. And the rollout and lack of promotion also didn't help matters. Like, who even knew Chloe was coming out with an album? It was just like she announced it came, and then boom, on to the next thing. And now all of a sudden, who didn't see this coming once again, Chloe is low-key trying to complain about Parkwood Entertainment and Beyonce.
Someone said, why haven't you been performing? Trust me, I would be performing if I could. The thing is that money goes into performances. So it's not free to do performances, and you have to get budgets approved and things like that. So if I could, I'd be performing everywhere.
And we all saw this coming a mile away, like I stated in my last video, or was it in the comment section that I stated, like, these people are gonna start complaining soon when they start to see that nothing's really moving for them music wise. And when the music is not selling, of course the label, aka Parkwood Entertainment, is not going to approve budgets for you, Chloe Bailey, to do shows that they're not really gonna get returns on, because the last tour that you did, I believe tickets were selling for $5 at one point. Quite embarrassing, okay? Quite embarrassing for a Beyonce protege. I mean, Beyonce is out here doing stadium shows and making millions of dollars, and you're out here selling tickets for $5. Somebody make it make sense. If Chloe truly wants to perform and get her budget approved, she needs to ask her fans, and I mean all of the fans that are gonna defend them in this video as well, ask them to buy her music. Please go and stream and buy this woman's music for the love of God, okay? Please do it so she can get an actual budget. This is embarrassing. And both her and Holly need to ask Beyonce for the protege package. Let them get some perks for being your proteges, Beyonce. Or Chloe and Holly should ask for a new contract. Or they should be asked to be released from Parkwood Entertainment. That is my honest opinion and my take on that situation. And another option would be or could be to abandon music completely and focus on acting, because after all, they're good at it, and I'm sure it pays way more than music is paying right now, seeing that both of you guys are currently big flops, okay? I don't see these two doing well under Beyonce's label or being her proteges. You know, people like to say, oh, they've accomplished a lot, but music wise, I really don't think Holly and Chloe have really accomplished much under Beyonce as far as music is concerned. At first, they were stagnant, and now it just like went completely downhill.
Chloe and her sister have been singing since they were little girls, and they used to sing covers on YouTube, and I believe Beyonce discovered them. They did Halo. Their voices are magical. Together, it's even more magical. I believe that Beyonce is so calculating, not in a bad way, but I believe she's so calculating that she could see from the time that these girls were young, it's always going to be somebody younger coming up to take your spot. Always. She could see that vocally. She could already see that Chloe was going to be the one. You couldn't tell, you know, when they was little skinny little girls, you couldn't tell whether if she was going to be bodied or not, but you can tell them vocals was going to be A1 by the time she was a grown woman. I believe that how her music career is being controlled, I believe that it's being shifted in a direction to where she can't win. Chloe's image has been overly sexualized, in my opinion, to the point where people are more critical of what she looks like or how she doing too much instead of focusing on how amazing her her vocals are. I believe that was completely intentional. Her album sales are nowhere near where they should be. She don't even be getting nominated for no awards or nothing. And her talent is incredible. But they got little baby girl out here looking like an expensive stripper instead of focusing on how magical her voice is. When she did that little gospel movie, that's when I really was like, man, this girl is amazing. I would love to write a song for Chloe. Her sexiness, it looks and feels forced to me. Just my opinion. She's a star, and I feel like her career, you asked the question, how is her career being controlled? It's being controlled to me intentionally to over-sexualize her and to get the masses to form a negative opinion about her instead of focus on how amazing her vocals are.
And Beyonce is still an artist right now. She's top priority at Parkwood/Columbia Records. And the girls are an afterthought in my humble opinion. And their music careers are already suffering because of this. And Beyonce could do more to help these girls obviously, but what do I know? Let's keep watching them flop, and hopefully the fans defending them will actually support them by buying their music. And good luck to both Chloe and Holly on their future endeavors. So you guys tell me what you thought about the video and what we discussed today, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye for now.